All right, 2 minutes. Are we live? All right. Okay, folks. Welcome. Welcome to Biscayne Bay Coastal Wetlands. It has arrived. Holy smokes. We got a lot of people here. This is a joint celebration. This is not just one project. There is a second project getting finished this year, this month in Biscayne Bay, the L31 East Flowway. So it's us and the Corps working together, getting the job done, getting it done. That's pretty exciting. I don't know. I'm just giddy. All right. We have a lot of people here. Let me first introduce my board members that are in attendance. We have Scott Wagner, who's the vice chair. We have Chauncey Goss, who is the chair. We have Ben Butler and Tom Hurley with us today. Mr. Bergeron was going to be here, but with the time change, everybody's day got mixed up today. We do have Mayor Meerbot from the town of Cutler Bay welcoming us here, and his councilman, Richard Ramirez. From the Corps of Engineers, we have Brandon Bowman. Thank you for coming, sir. Changing times like this with the Corps, they adapt, right? This is great. Thank you, Colonel. That we also have, let's see, from the Everglades National Park, we have Pedro Ramos, who's superintendent over lots of things. Sarah Hobson, Biscayne Bay National Park, is here to speak later. We do have Tom Reinert from FWC. Thanks for coming, Tom. And we do have a former board member that I cannot not mention, Arella Begay, who everybody knows here, been a champion of this project for so long. Probably wouldn't have happened without you, Arella. I feel pretty confident on that one. Let's see. We do have from Rep. Omar Blanco's office, Olivia La Rochelle. There you are, Olivia. From Senator Ana Maria Rodriguez, did Cedric McMinn make it? If not, we love Senator Ana Maria Rodriguez because she's a chairman. From FDAX, we have Jorge Abreu. You here? There he is, back there. We have from Durham, we have Pamela and Rashid. Pamela. And we have, where's Grossenbacher? There he is. Long time advocate of this one. So anyway, I think I've got all the intros. If I missed anybody, come talk to me. And I didn't miss anybody. Anyway, we are here to celebrate this amazing project. What a great scene. It's been a couple of months since I've been here, and I was like, are you sure you're going to get it done? I don't know. And they did. They got it done. And so it's very exciting. And so I'm going to go ahead and introduce our first speaker, who is the vice chair of the South Florida Water Management District and local Biscayne Bay advocate. It is Vice Chair Scott Wagner.
All right, pretty impressive. Just imagine Biscayne Bay not as a stressed-out lagoon battered by canal blasts, but as a vibrant nursery teeming with life. That was the vision of the Biscayne Bay Coastal Wetlands Project, an element of the comprehensive Everglades Restoration Plan known as CERP. Good morning, I'm Scott Wagner. Good afternoon, I guess now. I'm Scott Wagner, the Vice Chair of the Governing Board at the South Florida Water Management District. And along with my fellow governing board members, including those here today, Tom Hurley, Ben Butler, Chauncey Goss, our chair, I'm so glad to be here to celebrate the ribbon cutting on this Biscayne Bay Coastal Wetlands Project. This project rehydrates parched coastal wetlands and diverts harsh point source freshwater discharges from canals. Instead of shocking the bay with sudden floods, it mimics nature's gentle pulse, channeling flows through pump stations and culverts to revive habitats from Cutler Bay to Biscayne National Park. In the end, Biscayne Bay breathes easier. Salinity stabilizes, stress reduces, and water quality soars. Why does this matter to Miami-Dade? Our county's soul is tied to this bay. It's our playground, our economic engine, and our ecological heartbeat. This isn't just green, it's gold. A pristine bay draws both residents and tourists and keeps our $64 billion coastal economy booming. This project isn't a luxury, it's an insurance policy for our resilient, radiant future. And this is a celebratory week. We are kicking off the week with this major CERC project coming online, and then in 2 days at our December 11th Governing Board meeting, we will celebrate the 25th anniversary of the comprehensive Everglades Restoration Plan. In the year 2000, a bipartisan group of Florida leaders championed making Everglades restoration law, protecting the water supply for millions of Floridians and addressing an ecological crisis. 25 years later, where we once saw the ripple effects of degradation, we now witness restoration, clean water, healthier ecosystems, and a renewed resilience and a vibrant economy as a result. Water is the lifeblood of Florida. We say it, but we mean it. And I believe the environment and the economy are inextricably linked. The bay is vital to our way of life in Miami-Dade County. Everyone here knows that. And today's ribbon cutting is yet another testament to the importance of Biscayne Bay. This completion confirms what we have already known. Biscayne Bay creates a stronger and more vibrant Miami-Dade County. Not enough can be said about the leadership of Governor Ron DeSantis in this effort. He has put his money where his mouth is. Everything he said he was going to do, he did, and more. Since 2019, we have celebrated more than 80 ribbon cuttings, groundbreakings, and major milestones on Everglades projects. Think about that for a minute. This has been an amazing year for Everglades restoration on the whole. We had the grand opening of the Caloosahatchee Reservoir, C-43, and the new landmark agreement to turbocharge Everglades restoration, including the EAA Reservoir project, which is now being done in 2029. In September, we held the first event after the landmark agreement was signed for the Blue Shanty Flowway in Miami-Dade County, a vital system that will deliver clean water across Tamiami Trail into Florida Bay. Then in November, we broke ground on one of the largest pump stations in the state of Florida at the EAA Reservoir project in Palm Beach County, and it will have the capability of moving approximately 3 billion gallons per day from Lake Okeechobee into the EAA Reservoir. All of our efforts are working, and we are seeing real results with Everglades restoration. I think we can finally say what many have only thought was a dream. Florida is setting the standard for water resource management. On behalf of the governing board, I want to thank everyone for being here today as we cut the ribbon on the Biscayne Bay Coastal Wetlands Project, and I want to wish everyone here a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a Happy New Year, and I look forward to more ribbon cuttings and groundbreakings in 2026. Thank you.
He said it, more than 80. You know why it's more? Because this is 81 and 82 we're celebrating today. You see the ribbon? It's a woven weave of the Corps and the Water Management District in the state, because we're doing two. This is a double. You're getting 2 for 1 today. And so next on the agenda is Colonel Brandon Bowman to talk about the other project, because we're doing 81 and 82.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and dedicated partners, I'm ecstatic to be here today. This has been a great week for me so far. Yesterday I was out at Delray Beach doing a groundbreaking for a coastal storm risk management project for the city of Delray Beach, and today I'm here to do a ribbon cutting on Biscayne coastal wetlands, which is amazing. I'm delighted to be here today as we gather to celebrate a significant milestone and our ongoing commitment to environmental stewardship and the restoration of Florida's most precious natural resources, Biscayne Bay, which, as Scott said, is part of Everglades Restoration, which is the galaxy's largest ecosystem restoration. Yes, you heard me right. It's the galaxy's largest. If there's anything out there bigger, I'm sure Drew would know about it, if it's on Mars or some other planet in the solar system. And before I go further, I want to address the elephant standing before you. Why is there a guy in camouflage clothing, fatigues, talking about ecosystem restoration? And depending on who you are, the answer will change. If your name is Alligator Ron Bergeron, I'll tell you it's so I can sneak up on alligators and pull them out of the water faster. But for the rest of you, it's because when our nation was founded, the only school that taught engineering for many, many years was the United States Military Academy of West Point. So in 1824, when Congress passed the first Civil Works bills, Rivers and Harbors Act, and the General Survey Act, the only engineers the nation had was in the United States Army. So for the last 201 years, your Army has proudly constructed, designed, and maintained all the Civil Works projects here in the United States. That's something we're very proud of in the Army Corps of Engineers. But this ribbon cutting ceremony marks not just the completion of a vital project, but a renewed promise to protect and enhance the unique ecosystems that define our coastal landscape. Biscayne Bay, stretching nearly the entire length of Miami-Dade County, is more than just a beautiful expanse of water. It is a thriving lagoon that supports over 500 species of fish and marine organisms. Within this bay lies Biscayne National Park, the largest marine park in our National Park Service, where 95% of its 172,000 acres are submerged underwater, creating a sanctuary for diverse ecosystems of mangrove, coral reefs, and seagrass beds. These ecosystems are not only vital for the health of our environment, but also for the communities that rely on them for recreation, tourism, and livelihoods. Biscayne Bay Coastal Wetlands Project is a crucial step in our efforts to restore and rejuvenate these coastal habitats. By rehydrating our wetlands, reducing harmful freshwater discharges into Biscayne Bay, we are taking a significant action to safeguard the delicate balance of this ecosystem. Specifically, this project will divert an average of almost 60% of annual coastal structural discharges into fresh and saltwater wetlands, rather than allowing it to flow directly into the bay. These benefits are extensive. We will see a revitalization of 190 acres of freshwater wetlands, with hydro periods increasing almost threefold. This will not only improve habitats for species like the endangered Florida manatee, but will also enhance the abundance and diversity of fish and seagrasses. Additionally, the project will support habitats for alligators, juvenile crocodiles, and a variety of wading birds, promoting biodiversity in our region. This achievement we celebrate today is a result of years of our collaboration, hard work, and dedication. This project would not have been possible, though, without the collaborative spirit of many of our federal, state, and local partners. Agencies such as the National Park Service, NOAA, South Florida Water Management District, and Miami-Dade County have all played vital roles in bringing this vision to fruition. Together, we have demonstrated that when we are united in our resources and expertise, we can achieve remarkable outcomes for the environment. And I've been in command now for about 18 months, and I'll tell you the one thing that I've learned during that 18 months time: about halfway through now, is anything with Everglades restoration, ecosystem restoration is most definitely a team sport. So it takes everyone here today in the tent, behind the tents, and wherever else they are right now to help us deliver on the promise that we made 25 years ago for Everglades restoration. So thank you very much.
Okay, so what you see behind me is the pump station, right? And so that is designed to pump water from a canal that would otherwise send its water harmfully into Biscayne Bay. Pumps it through this channel to the wetland system to rehydrate the wetlands and recreate the habitat. This channel right here is about a mile long. So after this, everybody get their mile hike in, and you'll have done well for the day. But it's coming to you, Sarah. The water is coming to you where you want it, not where you don't want it. And so thanks for coming here, and you're next on the agenda. Sarah Hobson, Biscayne Bay National Park.
Good afternoon. It's a privilege to join you today on behalf of the National Park Service and Biscayne National Park, particularly, to celebrate this completion of the Cutler Wetlands component, and with it, the entirety of the Biscayne Bay Coastal Wetlands Project. And may I just say that I am extremely fortunate to be the latest and last superintendent as part of this project. I want to thank my predecessors for advocating before me, but I am so glad I get to reap the benefits of their hard work, as well as yours. This milestone reflects years of dedication, scientific expertise, engineering innovation, and strong partnerships. Biscayne National Park is a national treasure. As the Colonel said, we are 95% water, so water matters. And when I first came here 18 months ago as well, it was on a temporary assignment. And then I went out on the water. And I had never seen water that color before. And I put in for the job. And then Pedro chose me for some reason. So to be here today, to speak on behalf of that 95% water and that beautiful blue that is unique to Biscayne, is truly an honor, and I thank you all for the work you have done to make sure that this will continue to be a place where people will come and fall in love and move, uproot their entire lives, or locals will get to enjoy it every day. We welcome over 500,000 visitors a year to Biscayne National Park, and thanks to your work, they will continue to see a nursery for sharks and crab and lobster and shrimp. They will see seagrass beds that thrive, mangroves that will protect our coastlines, and coral that are vibrant and enduring. Today, we celebrate this project which restores the natural balance of the ecosystem and marks a major step in reconnecting the Everglades to Biscayne Bay. As the steward of this extraordinary place on your behalf, I get to see how important these freshwater flows are, how they shape the quality and health of the bay. As the Colonel so eloquently said, this project restores and strengthens the ecological foundation that supports both wildlife and people. This completion of this project will sustain communities that rely on clean water, healthy fisheries, and resilient coastlines, as well as enhance the experience of the millions of visitors who come to South Florida to enjoy its beauty. We will remain a vibrant destination for boating, fishing, diving, and wildlife viewing, even right here, thanks to this project. Restoration matters, ecologically and economically. This project is a result of extraordinary collaboration, and I want to extend my sincere thanks to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, to the state of Florida, and to the South Florida Water Management District for their leadership and drive in delivering this project. I also want to recognize the vital support of Miami-Dade County, the town of Cutler Bay, and other coastal communities whose unflagging engagement helped make this vision a reality. And I want to acknowledge the tribes, local organizations, community members who have supported and spoken up on behalf of this effort for years, decades. At Biscayne National Park, we are proud to be part of a broader restoration vision, one that connects uplands to ocean, people to place, and science to action. Today's celebration is a powerful reminder that when we work together across agencies, disciplines, and communities, we can achieve a lasting impact. And speaking of milestones, Superintendent Ramos and I hope you'll join us this Friday, December 12th at 10:30 a.m. at Everglades City for another ribbon cutting, not connected to Everglades restoration, but this one is for the new Marjorie Stoneman Douglas Visitor Center at Everglades National Park. The original facility, as you may know, was destroyed by Hurricane Irma in 2017. And this National Park Service $50 million investment restores our vital services to the Gulf Coast while honoring the legacy of one of Florida's greatest champions. And it reflects the Park Service's commitment to the communities that we call home. We're honored that Chairman Goss will be present, and we look forward to welcoming Deputy Secretary of the Interior Kate McGregor as our special guest. So please mark your calendar. The event is free and open to the public, and we'd love to see you there. So thank you for inviting me to be a part of this celebration today, and thank you for your continued commitment to protecting and restoring Florida and our nation's national treasures. Thank you.
So these restoration efforts are major infrastructure investments that take a big footprint. And they always take a footprint right in the middle of communities. Not always, but mostly right in the middle of communities. And this community is Cutler Bay, which is where we are. And it's been an incredible relationship, partnering up to make not just Biscayne National Park restoration benefits, but benefits for the public and recreation here too. And we've got Mayor Mirbot, who I'm calling up right now to welcome you to Cutler Bay and talk about our partnership. Thank you, sir.
So I'll start off, welcome to Cutler Bay. We are really glad you're here. We heard a lot of things from people talking about all the benefits to Biscayne Bay. I am lucky enough, or I guess honored enough, to serve on the advisory committee for the Biscayne Bay, both at the state level and the county level. And so I know that the health of the bay is something that's in peril right now, and we're racking our brains trying to figure out what we can do. And then you get to be right in front of a project like this, which is just amazing. We need to go back and thank the governor again for the money that he committed to getting this project done. Was it $94 million to get this done? The work that the South Florida Water Management District has done, the Corps has done, everybody coming together to make this project happen right here in Cutler Bay is amazing. And the best part is it's not just functional, but look at it. I mean, we have a bike path. We have a recreational area for our citizens to enjoy. It's amazing. A bird line right here. We have 50-some acres over here, which turns out to be one of the best bird watching places in all of Florida, right here in Cutler Bay. And because of this project, we have a nice bird line. We put in $750,000. We got a match from the state, from Durham, for $750,000 to help improve it. So I mean, it's just really, really exciting. If you think beyond, and we've heard that number before, 64 billion. You have to do this to say billion, by the way. $64 billion engine that the Biscayne Bay drives to our economy, and I think that's important. But I'm an avid boater. I go out there a lot, and I've seen that the health is not great. To know that it's going to be improving, and that there's so many organizations that are committed to improving the health of the bay, that our government, from the governor all the way down, is committed to improving the health of the bay. It just makes me real happy. So I'm real happy to be here. Not to mention there's a educational component. We have Cutler Bay is very environmentally conscious, and we have some academies in Cutler Bay teaching the children of today that they need to preserve the natural future of tomorrow. So they won't have to get in buses and go to Everglades City. They're actually going to just do their work right in our backyard, right here, right now. So that's real exciting. I remember when this project started, they were tearing all the invasives and all those trees out of there, and everybody says, "Oh, great, they're building more condos, Cutler Bay. What are you doing to us?" The smiles on their faces when it turned out just to be just something that's going to help the environment. Couldn't have made anybody happier, and so I'm really happy about that. And as a father and as a grandfather, who both my son and my grandchildren live here in Cutler Bay, to recognize the impact this is going to have on the future of the bay is the greatest part of this, that we're taking action, not for the shade of the trees that we're going to sit under, but for the shade of the trees of our children, our children's children, and that's the best part about this. So on behalf of the residents of the town of Cutler Bay, I want to say thank you, Drew. I want to say thank you to the Corps. Thank you to the governor and to the state for doing this great project right here in Cutler Bay and improving all of our lives. So thank you very much. I do appreciate it.
So it was about 7 years ago when the governor was elected, put into office, and put this governing board in place. And one of the first actions we did was approve this project as a governing board. And so we not only have broken ground, but we're cutting a ribbon. How often does that happen in that short amount of time? But let me tell you, it doesn't happen without a lot of people pulling on that rope. And we have a lot of environmental interests and those kind of groups that sound the alarm, that raise the flag all the time to try to get us what we need to get these projects done. And that's led a lot of times by Eric Eichenberg for the Everglades Foundation. So I really appreciate you joining us today. Eric, we'd love to hear from you.
Good afternoon. I love these gatherings because it brings all of us together with a common goal. To fight for something bigger than ourselves, to leave something better to our children and our grandchildren, and here, once again, is testament to that drive and that passion. I want to also thank those who have come before us, because this progress that we're celebrating today does not happen without the tireless commitment and passion of our predecessors, from government to advocacy, to contractors, to local officials. There are so many men and women who we stand on their shoulders on a day like this, and we thank them. We thank them for their vision. We thank them for their patience. We thank them for their political will to ensure that the largest environmental restoration project in the history of the galaxy is completed. And again, to be able to stand here on a day when number 81 and 82 are being christened is exceptionally important. I want to also salute Irella. She has dedicated herself to Biscayne Bay. She has always made it very clear that, yes, Florida Bay is the beneficiary of a lot of the infrastructure within the Central Everglades, but don't forget about Biscayne Bay, the important ecosystem that it is and the economic engine that it provides to Dade County. And Biscayne Bay, from Palmetto Bay, where I reside, and the Foundation's headquarters is located down here to Cutler Bay, we see the benefits along the landscape, spreading that fresh water through the mangroves to build resiliency along the coast. That's what this project is about, and that's what the vision of so many have had. And Irella, I thank you for your commitment to this cause and your work over the many, many years. This is a happy week for the Everglades. Scott mentioned it's 25 years celebrating the Comprehensive Everglades Restoration Plan, an effort that was a bipartisan agreement led by Jeb Bush as governor. I think about people like Bob Graham in the United States Senate, my boss, Clay Shaw, in the House of Representatives, Porter Goss, who will be with us on Friday in Everglades City, Peter Deutsch as a representative from Broward County, and a whole host of other members, not just from Florida, but around the country. They came together in November of 2000 to pass the Water Resources Development Act of 2000, which authorized the comprehensive plan. We are working on that plan every single day for its implementation, for its completion. So it's important to step back and pause and to thank those who have come before us. as we celebrate these milestones, I submit to you that when the history is finally written about the effort to restore the Everglades and then to have it as perpetual protection, they will look back at this time frame of 2019 to 2025. We have one more year next, but from 19 to 26, those crucial 8 years led by Ron DeSantis as our governor elevated not just the importance of Everglades restoration, but made sure it became a reality. The money, billions and billions of dollars coming through the Florida legislature at his request, going to projects like what's behind us here today. This reservoir south of Lake Okeechobee that I had the privilege of seeing 2 days before Thanksgiving, it is a massive construction project, to the point where they've put up stop signs at intersections because there's so many construction vehicles moving across these 10,500 acres where this reservoir is now coming out of the ground. This is the golden era of Everglades restoration, and it's this water management district, led by Chauncey Goss as its chairman, Drew Bartlett as its executive director, working with the Army Corps of Engineers as a partner. This is a 50-50 partnership. The only way it's successful is due to the strength of this partnership. And again, it has been exceptional over these last 7 years. We have another year left of the DeSantis administration. There is no doubt that they will go all the way to the end with gusto to ensure that they hand it off to the next administration, and know that the bar is high. The bar is high, and we all as advocates will ensure that that bar is not lowered, that it will just go even higher, and that there is one day soon where we can put that flag in the ground and say restoration has been achieved for Biscayne Bay, for Florida Bay, for the Central Everglades, for both coasts and all points in between, and then it's perpetual protection. And every generation after us will look back at this moment once again and thank us for the leadership and the vision that you all have each and every day. I'm delighted to be in this with you. I'm delighted to be here with you today. Drew, thank you for this opportunity. And as Alligator Ron so eloquently says, long live the Everglades.
Thank you, Eric. All right, it's time to cut a ribbon. What we're going to do is we're going to cut this ribbon, and after that, we're going to turn this pump station on so you can see the water flow. So if I could have all the speakers, the board members, and Arella, I'm going to anoint you and past board member, honorary board member today, to come up here and let's cut this ribbon.